Hello, Warriors. Here we are post CPI. When I talked to you guys on Monday, I said I want to sell a rally into the gap in the US dollar yen post CPI because I thought it would come in hot. It did come in hot, and we did rally right into the gap. I had orders and recommendations in TradeGATEHub from last night to short US dollar yen at 147.60 with a 100 pip stop. The high of this candle was 73. And what's interesting about that number is it came within 1 pip of filling the gap. So it didn't even fill the gap. Anyway, that's a pretty good example of planning a trade, having it play out, your narrative play out, and then not watching it, but actually executing the idea that you had Monday on a Wednesday, which is exactly the opposite of impulse trading, FOMO trading. It's a plan. Okay, so have a plan. You should know what you're going to do the following week over the weekend. And you should have done your work so that you're not analyzing on the fly, but you're executing off your analysis that you did prior to the market reaching those critical areas that you're paying attention to. So up about 25 on that, took partial profits. We'll have to see how it closes. With that happening, the dollar did pop initially and it's selling off. So the dollar looks a little bit vulnerable here for a correction. We do have a lower high right here. Okay, so we're putting in a lower high. Perhaps we get this pullback towards 103.50, going to give you another shorting opportunity in the dollar. As I said, even though we're getting a pullback here in the dollar, I don't believe the move is complete. I've been talking about 108 for a while. So if we get, we're having a little bit of a negative week in the dollar, still think 108 is very viable in the coming weeks, but perhaps we have to see how the market could hold up on some type of pullback here. The other very accurate call, and I believe it happened when we were on the air on Monday, was, I'm negative S&Ps. That's no big news headline. And I said to sell rallies up to 4,500. We got to 44.97. That to me is close enough for government work. Then it almost tried it again yesterday, and we're trying to stabilize and rally, but we're only up 160. My comment on the market is there was a term called the Magnificent Seven, which basically were the 7 mega cap tech stocks that were keeping the market afloat. Apple had their big, big day for new iPhones. I don't think, well, I heard Xi is going to buy one, but only for personal use. So Apple to me still looks like a broken stock. So the Magnificent Seven's a Magnificent Six. Microsoft broke down hard yesterday. Microsoft hasn't even gotten to the 50% level. So now let's make it the Magnificent Five. Oracle was really the one that got slammed. So I'm going to stick with the negative bias in the S&Ps and still using 45 as an important area. Maybe we're going to try it again. If the dollar comes off, it should give some relief to risk. So maybe that's what's going to happen. We have this pullback in the dollar and risk tries resistance again. But I'm still pretty negative on equities. The banks are trying to hold. Here's the regionals. Yeah, we're having a little bounce here, but the regionals take out 42. That's going to be pretty negative. Perhaps we also get a bit of a move in precious metals. If I'm right about the end selling off, you get a bounce. You're getting a very nice reversal day here in gold. Maybe we're going to try and rally again up towards resistance. Silver, which has been much weaker as well, looks like a little stop hunt under this rectangle. if I'm right about the yen coming off, dollar coming off, but just temporarily, perhaps we get a bear market rally back to about this moving average 23.5. If you recall, 23.5 was a big level to break. Now it should be supply at 23.50. So I think that's about all I wanted to talk about. Oh, you could see it in yields too, that after a strong number, check out what the 10-year is doing. It's actually lower after putting in one heck of a spike. You know, we got back to the old highs. So maybe yields relent too, going into the Fed short term. I don't think this is the final high, but we diverged here. So the takeaway is dollar corrects. So the, what's it called again? The wrecking ball is put in park for a little while, and risk can recover. Precious metals could recover until the dollar reasserts itself. Been some great action in the room. Join us in the room. I'll be back here with Mike tomorrow. If you took it seriously and sold the gap, you have about 34 pips made. Let's see if we get a reversal day. You know, one of the reasons I took a shot at top picking this is that on a longer term chart, this is a failing rally if we peak here, right? The highs in last October, maybe we get a pullback towards, you know, 140, 138. The breakout's 38, so, and then it tested it at 38. So this is going to be a key level. Here we are, 38. That's a big trade from here. That's 1,000 pips. So it's probably good. Would take a little time, like 3-4 days. No, I'm just, you know, I'm just kidding. It probably takes longer than 3 or 4 days. And I think that's a wrap. I hope I've been adding value to what you're trying to accomplish as a trader. Yeah, so TLT, you know, still think it needs to take out those lows it's trying to bottom. And crude, what a monster it's been. People talking 95, maybe 100. I can't fade that either. So anyway, the yen was a trade that I was setting up for this week. It's underway. Let's see how it works out. Remember to always take partial profits in every position you have. That way, your psychology will be, well, you know, I took some in. If I like the trade and it comes back, I could always put it back out. And if it turns into a real directional move, I still have something on, not as much as I did have on, but I'm generating revenue on the way. So you have to get paid. Otherwise, you could sit with the position, especially if it's ranging, waiting for objectives. And, you know, I don't know if your banker would be happy about that. So have a great day, everyone. Good hunting. I'll be back here with Mike tomorrow. I hope I'm adding value to what you're trying to accomplish in a very difficult endeavor. And don't just count your pips, count your blessings. A 2-week reversal in US dollar yen by Friday. Need closes under 46.24. So we're still over 100 pips away from that happening. We'll be talking ECB tomorrow. Good luck, everyone, and see you in the room.